Hello there, and welcome to Where the Sidewalk Ends. I'm an artist, and I've created this art share so I can feature some of my drawings and give some description through these videos. I don't really have a plan or any destination in mind. This can become anything, so I'm just going to let it flow and share what I have to share. I've been drawing for most of my life, really. One thing that means is that I have many, many drawings of characters, fantasy, weird buildings, some strange designs, and strange places. I have so many that I thought I might start an actual channel to talk about them. Back about 9 or 10 years ago, before I went to architecture school, I made this for my professional portfolio, then forgot about it. It's a light rail transit station, and it's concrete architecture. I haven't looked at it this closely in years. There's a few things about the proportions of the main building I'd like to change, but overall I was amazed at the thought I put into the design, like the sections of painted concrete in the platform and the design of the southbound platform and the electrical equipment showing on the shelter roof. I even designed the benches along the same ideas. There are a lot of rounded square and rounded triangle shapes. I even put a little thought into the modern look of the train coming in. Drawings like this make it fun to open up an old portfolio and discover works you did years ago that really surprise you. I started using colored pencils in 2011, and they became my primary shading method soon after. Nearly all my pictures are drawn on 11 by 17 or even 12 by 18 paper. This is an unusual 8 by 11 small drawing. The character is unnamed, and I'm not even sure about the gender. He or she is a curious visitor from another world and is riding a train cross-country and amazed at what it's like. I think she, or he, is cute and looks relaxed, but full of wonder in the way they're leaning slightly forward, looking out the window. The housing estate going past with these 60s tower blocks and low-rise buildings came from a reference photo, but was not seen from a train window. The scene looks kind of eerie, but interesting with the hazy sky, and you can see quite a distance if you look closely. I wish I could have done a better job with the inside of the train car, but I'm kind of proud of this for a small practice drawing. This is an unfinished drawing. I have a lot more unfinished projects than finished ones. I'm not sure why I lost interest in this one. A weird apartment complex with concrete walkways and a strangely dressed girl there with striped stockings. The green and yellow panels will give it an odd feeling, one of the reasons I love this place. I've done many drawings of these buildings for the unusual architecture and otherworldly ambience. It's actually based on a photo in an architecture magazine from the 70s. In this portfolio, there's a lot of early drawings of a character I've had for a long time. Her name's Janet, and I created her back in 2007. This 11 by 17 drawing from 2009 or 10 is maybe the first good city scene with her in it. The background is entirely imaginary, and I still have no clue how I thought of all these buildings. If you look closely, none of them are very complex. I just paid attention to how things looked in sci-fi anime, maybe, and to my own preferences for modern architecture, and came up with this. All the buildings have flat roofs and are blocky. The buildings in the foreground are more gritty and run down. And this dock, I think I must have had a reference photo for this because the shapes of the concrete and the post to anchor a boat on don't look like anything I'd invent. I'm not knowledgeable of shipping docks. The near-far perspective is very good. I like how distant buildings and a crane are shown as shadows without detail. Janet looks nice. She's perfectly dressed for sitting on the edge of a dock to look out at the sea. She definitely looks like an old version. Her mouth really didn't work out. I actually had to make a slight correction to it before taking this video, and it still doesn't look right. Her thighs look kind of thick. She's almost a pear shape in this, which is not how she's ever been drawn since. Still, for a 10-year-old drawing, this is okay, and I have many more like this to share. Thank you for joining me on this look at some of my artwork. I hope you enjoyed this video, and do feel free to send a like if you did, or leave a small comment, even if it's just to say hello. This is my first video, and I have many more that I'm putting together showing more of my artwork and designs, and hope to see you again soon.